Yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good evening, family. Hopefully, everyone is doing well. Hopefully, everyone is doing well. Can you guys do me a favor? If you can see my screen, if you can hear my voice, can you press a 111 in the chat? A 111 in the chat. Want to make sure that you guys can hear me and you guys can see my screen. Today we're going to be talking about something very special, and that's the start. I know there's so much going on in life. It's crazy how fast time flies, but we want to make sure that we get the foundation right and that we're starting and getting on the right foot. This journey that we're going through, and that we're wherever you're at, we want to make sure that we're identifying each and every step to there, right? So what I want to make sure that everyone has is access to everything. There should be no reason why you can't tap in and access all of the material I'm talking to, right? So the first thing I want you guys to do is I want you guys to go into your elevated back office right now, and I want to make sure that you know where everything is located, right? We're going to start off with this right here, this bottom right corner that says "We are here." I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but whenever you click that, I want you to understand that we have a 24-hour support team, right? They're literally on the clock, here to helping you guys maximize this experience. So whenever you have any questions, reach out to them, whether if it's for FX automation, FX mastery, FX capital, whether if it's for Enigma, the cloud VPS, whatever question you have, definitely make sure to just drop it in there and someone will be getting to you, right? Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that you know where everything is located. So on the top, we have our products such as FX Automation, which deals more with our alpha software, and our soon to be released Shinobi and Cash Pips, right? Now, this is where we're in the progress of helping you guys just stay fully automated in a sense of having something that's working and growing your accounts 5 to 10% on a conservative level. You see, through time, we've literally seen just different accounts just grow. And this is the opportunity for those who need that FX automation to tap in. Now, our FX mastery, this is going to be where you hone in on your skill set. On the weekends, literally, this is where you're going to find me, right? Not just reviewing some of my stuff, but literally tapping in with Osman, with IT, because they are literally specialists in their craft, right? We literally have someone who's teaching us about smart money concepts, literally how to identify, the strengths compared to one currency to another, so you know which currency pairs to look at, right? And that's the great thing through this experience, that I've realized that I need to be able to tap in, especially knowing our schedules, right? One of the main thing I would do right now, if you haven't done so already, is know when each educator is having a session, right? Mine's is Sundays and Thursdays. Osmond's is Wednesdays. IT's is Mondays and Tuesdays. So you definitely have a great array of joining in with us live, asking questions live, but at the same time, our vast material that you could tap into and start really honing in this skill set, right? Now, aside from the FX mastery, I want to make sure you guys know where you can access your pullback pips indicator, right? When you go into the foundation, you're going to learn about, just basic setup, getting a general idea of how this market functions, but you're going to have some content right there with our pullback pips indicator. So to access it, I want you guys to click on this right here. Boom. It's going to take you to a Google form that you're going to simply fill out your name and your TradingView username. As soon as you do that, within an hour, our team will get to you, right? So all you have to do is literally go in, click, put in your name and your TradingView username. Simple, right? Now, the next thing I want to talk about is our Enigma software, right? I'm going to jump around, right? But I want to make sure you guys understand how everything is going to come around. You see, our Enigma system is literally an alert system. Here, let me show you. Everybody should have Enigma, especially if it's, look how easy it is. You literally, boom, pull it up on TradingView, and guess what? It gives you institutional trade setups. And what's even better is you can set this up where you can literally get the alert sent to your phone. It's crazy. I literally get alerts from Enigma, literally identifying the setup. So now all I have to do is place the trade, right? And I want to make sure you guys understand, because this system is powerful because each setup is a 3-to-1, right? So clearly that means if you use proper risk management, if you're taking these trades, yes, you're going to have some losers, right? But best believe you'll have more winners, right? You will definitely have more winners. You can see with GBP USD. And the key thing you want to be able to do is tap in and have access to this software, this solution. Because once you have it on TradingView on your computer, best believe you can have the TradingView app and now have it on your phone, right? Being able to know, even if you're on the go, whenever these setups are around. So please do me a favor. I want you guys to go into your Enigma tab. And if you haven't done so already, click here to access not only the Discord where you'll get the alerts, but also fill out this form so you can get the solution itself, the trading system, right? You're going to notice when you guys tapped in, the first thing you had to do was join our Discord. Hopefully I'm not moving too fast, but this is going to be where the party's at, right? This is going to be where you're not only getting trade ideas from our educators, but at the same time, you're learning about COT, you're learning about liquidity pools, right? And identifying all of these tools to maximize your experience. And best believe this is where you're going to access the Enigma Alerts, right? It's going to be right here, FX setups. Now, I want you guys to understand something with these FX setups. These alerts are different from the trading view. They're not different, they're just filtered, right? I don't want to confuse anybody. But these alerts are literally filtered out with our weekly CO2 bias, right? So, you know, Andre is literally a beast helping us identify what's happening in the market in a COT sense fundamentally. So whenever you have anything that's coming in through the Discord with Enigma, just know that it's also backed with COT bias for that week. So you will notice it's key to have the trading system, because you're going to get all of the alerts. So you'll be able to see what's good, what's not good, right? And then at the same time, have these filtered alerts as well. That will just maximize your experience. So I just want you to note that, because as you're tapping in, you literally want to make sure you know where everything's located, right? So we definitely want to make sure we have our Enigma system. Now, aside from that, we also have our VPS, right? Now, let me just click it. Let me log in. Because the next thing I want to talk about is the trade manager. Here, let me make sure I'm not moving too fast. Let me know if I'm moving too fast. Are we good? All right, let me know. Yes, we're good. We're good here. I don't want to move too fast. Hopefully I'm moving at a good pace. I want to make sure that we get everything tonight, right? So when you tap in, you're going to have access to all of this amazing stuff. If you just have the Enigma package, right, you're only going to have access to Enigma, clearly. But since we're all in this experience to dive all into what Elevated has to offer, we're in that FX Mastery package where you're going to get the additional learning, the additional pullback pips access, and of course, this IQ trade panel I'm talking about, right? So let me click on FX automation, right? This is obviously, we talked about cash pips and all that good stuff. But let's go into our VPS. Oops, I'm already in there. Bada bing, bada boom. And the next thing I want to talk about is our trade manager right here. Trade manager. Everybody should have access to this, because everything is systematically put together. It's an equation, right? If we use proper risk management, if we find a tool that gives us the proper setups, right? And if we take the setups on a mechanical way that's just zero emotion, we should see consistency and growth in this market, right? So I want to make sure you guys know what the trade manager does. I want you to just drag it over, and you only need to set it up on one currency pair. Once it's set up on one currency pair, right, you obviously log in your demo account and all that good stuff. You'll see that it has a smiley face. That means it's good. But let's just say if my auto trading was off and I drag it over, it's going to be a frown face, right? You see the frown face? That means it's not on, right? I want to make sure you know how to do all of this, right? So what this trade manager does is simply put, it takes the emotion out of your trading, right? And I'm going to show you how this works, and we're going to review everything. All right, perfect. We're moving at a great pace. I'm loving it. So what this trade manager does is whenever you place a pending order in the market, right? Because Enigma, let me show you guys how Enigma works. For those people who don't know what Enigma does, is Enigma always identifies a pending order, right? So you see this market, when Enigma gave us this entry, the order entry was around here, where it pulled back into, oh, sorry. All right, there you go. So our entry is literally right here. So that means the market needs to pull back. That's a pending order, right? And if you don't know what a pending order is, it's okay, right? But we're all here to learn today. So let me know. Let me know so I can make sure to clarify. There's 4 types of pending orders, right? Matter of fact, we could let's just keep it real simple. Forex pending orders. Bada bing, bada boom. There's 4 types of pending orders. Let's drop a quick setup, a quick breakdown on some sauce. Right? And this one's important right here. This one is important. Our limit orders, because this is what Enigma does. It only sends out limit orders, right? So whenever you get an Enigma setup, like we saw with GBP USD, that means we want the market to pull back to that order, hit that entry, and then hit our targets, right? So you see, what did the market do? It pulls back into that area. It activates the order where our stop loss is there. Our targets are there. And what the trade manager does is when you place a 0.01 as your limit order, right? This would be your sell limit at that price, right? This area, your stop loss, all that good stuff. Your trade manager is going to do the rest for you. So for example, based on your account size, you're going to be able to identify your risk per trade. If you want to risk 0.25%, 0.5%, 1%, right? We're not here to over leverage, but what's key is, look, it'll even move your entry to break even. So for example, whatever TP you want, right? We have 3 targets. We have target 1, target 2, target 3. Or you don't even want it to break even. That's fine. It's going to manage the trade how you want it to do, right? So for example, in this scenario, if we hit break even at target 1, that means when this market goes down here and hits target 1, it's going to move that stop loss, right? And it's going to make it break even, right? So let's just forward play this. Boom. You see that what happened? The market hit our target. Boom. You're still in the trade, but I want you to notice what just happened. If you would have had the trade manager, your entry would have been there. Your stop loss would have been there. When it hits your TP1, that stop loss is now at break even. You see that? All of that would have been done automatically. Now, if you go into the manager, what else can it do? At TP1, you can tell it to close out, let's say 30% of your position, right? So if you have a standard lot, it'll close out 0.3, right? Already securing some profits and moving your stop loss to a risk-free trade. If you tell it to start trailing, it'll do it. And if you, as this market goes, you see how it just hit TP2? Guess what? It would have literally, hey, at TP2, close out 40%. Or maybe you want it to close out more or less, right? Now, as mentioned, you can also have your break even and even trail your stop loss. So eventually, this trade setup, as the market is moving down, the stop loss is moving down because it's trailing. So you see, as it keeps going down, the trail would have kept going down, right? So as this market goes down, guess what the market's doing? Going down, right? And that's, of course, if you decided to have it trail. But best believe this would have been a successful trade setup, you know, powered by that trade manager, right? So I want to make sure you guys understand how powerful that is, you know? So going back, here, let's do this. Going back, we were talking about pending orders, right? These two type of orders that we have. We have our limit orders, our buy limit and our sell limit. Whenever Enigma gives us a sell limit, a sell, we know it's a sell limit. Whenever it gives us a buy, we know it's a buy limit. Because what we want it to do is come back to our entry and go up, right? Let me see if I can show you guys another example. If it's not an institutional setup, it's not going to get sent out. Simple as that. Oh, there it is, right? If you notice, when Enigma gave us this setup, let me see if I could backplay it right there. When Enigma gave us this setup at the close of this next candle, boom. We want the market to pull back to our entry, right? And that's a sell limit. And then we would have, of course, look, our stop loss and our targets. Now, remember, when you use the trade manager, all you have to do is place your entry, right? Place your stop loss, use a 0.01, and it's going to calculate everything else. It's crazy. It's going to calculate already your TPs, what it wants to do, how you set it up, bada bing, bada boom, right? So when this market definitely pulls back, you see how it pulled back? It would activate, and you know, depending on your parameters, in this case, stop loss would have gotten hit, right? Simple as that. And then we just find the next setup and keep it going. Find the next setup and keep it going, right? So that's just a quick introduction of how to use this trade manager, but I want to make sure you know where everything is located, right? So just a quick introduction. Let me just write some stuff down. Everybody should have access. Everyone, I'm talking about everybody should have access to your Enigma system. I'm talking about not only the Discord alerts, which are great. I'm talking about the whole trading system on TradingView, right? Aside from your Enigma system, you should also have your pullback pips indicator, right? Make sure you fill out both forms so you can get both tools. Don't think just because you filled out one form, you're going to get both. Come on now. So fill out your forms for your Enigma system and your pullback pips indicator, right? Now, the great thing is that brings us to our Discord, right? Now, a lot of people don't understand the power, but best believe everything is located in here, from our setups to our weekly calls. Not only that, but it has the breakdown of our services, our tools. We have our trade talk area, right? Look at that. Nas dropped a saucy setup on NZD USD. You know, you can check it out, looking good. Nas was going crazy last week. He was just sending out setups on setups, right? So it's just one of those things that you want to be plugged in, right? Whenever you're trading, you want to be plugged in, ask questions, be involved, right? And of course, access those Discord setups, right? So the buy would have been a buy limit, sell limit, right? Sell USD Swiss, that would have been a sell limit at that price, that stop loss, right? So make sure you start getting used to this. Start tapping in, start placing a trade, right? So now that you're in your Discord and you have your Enigma system, your pullback pips indicator, I want to make sure you schedule out your days and you know who's having what session, what day, right? So you can start learning and honing in on this skill set, right? Now, the next thing is one thing that's really going to keep it a lot real simple and organized is our success manual that should be found on our homepage. So let me just go over there. Awesome, perfect. Right? And you'll be able to scroll down and we have our success manual. Click that bad boy, grab that PDF, print it out, have it in front of you, fill it out, right? And let's maximize each and every day. Because now, today, this like we're done talking about getting set up. Now we need to move forward. Now you need to open a demo account, right? Now you need to like, for example, if you're going through a funded journey, as everyone should, make sure you tap into, you know, a demo account and practice that funded journey, right? And what it's going to take to get to that next level, right? So now that everybody knows where everything is located and you have access to it, let's jump deep into the markets, right? So let's get out of here. Everybody should have their success manual, which is literally accountability, right? Because your success manual is literally going to help you shift your mindset. It's literally going to help shift your trading, right? Making it more mechanical versus emotional, right? When you have confirmations and you're seeing something that's consistently happening, it's going to either be consistently good or consistently bad, right? And if you realize, if you identify what's happening that's bad, whether if you're over leveraging, you're trading at the wrong time, you're trading the wrong pair, you're trading at the wrong time, you know? You don't know, but if you don't know what you don't know, you're going to keep doing the wrong mistakes and thinking this doesn't work for you. We need to simplify this, right? And it all comes down to accountability. So 30 days from now, you're going to have this journal, this success manual filled out, and you're going to be able to identify what was my 30-day goal, right? If you're seeing this experience in your 30 days, you should be seeing consistency. You should be seeing that this is going to potentially seek profitability, right? In the next 60 days, I'm going to get funded. In this next 90 days, what's going to happen? And know and have that game plan, right? So that success manual blueprint is lethal injection right there. So the next thing I want to do is I just want to make sure that everybody knows, you know, where you can grab your indicators, right? Once you fill out the form, you're literally gonna get a notification right here. It says notifications. It's gonna either have a 1 or a 2, right? Whenever you get that notification, it's gonna already be in the back office for you, in the back system for TradingView, right? All you have to do is click indicators, click invite only script, and you're gonna find the elevated pullback pips and your Enigma, right? Now I already have it on my TradingView, so you're gonna notice Enigma looks like this and pullback pips looks like that, right? Now what's even powerful is using both of them together, right? Because not only are you getting an institutional setup, but you're also getting a bias identified with structure, which is helping you mitigate as you manage this trade for those manually trading, right? So let's actually review, we already talked about Enigma. Let's just grab a few currency pairs. You know, you literally could trade anything, right? Let's see what we have here. All right. Cool beans. All right, everything is just simple and cutthroat. You put the stop loss, you got an entry, you got the TP, right? Making sure that you don't over leverage, because best believe you're gonna have, think about this, right? You see this one trade right here? This one trade hits TP1, TP2, TP3. Let's say this one gets stopped out, right? This one is already at a 3-to-1 to that one loss, so you're still up, right? This one hits what? TP1 easily. So it's all about making sure that you don't get emotionally attached to your trades. You know, the biggest thing people do is they don't even take the setups. And I asked them, why didn't you take the setup, right? Like, for example, look at that setup. It went perfect. Look at this setup. It went perfect. Everything is set up, and this system is already 70 to 75% accurate. Look at that. Another one. Boom, right? And when you have a trade manager helping you along the way, best believe, bada bing, bada boom, look at this other, whew, we get the point, right? So Enigma, let's keep it simple. I like to use it on the 30-minute and the 1-hour time frame. Now, since I'm actively intraday trading, I see Enigma giving me lethal injections on the 30-minute. And let me show you the power of it, right? When you have Enigma on the 30-minute, you're going to get these setups, stops loss, all that good stuff, right? No matter the currency pair, you get the point, right? Everything's going to be coming out whenever there's an institutional setup, right? It's getting called out, right? So make sure you have Enigma on all of your currency pairs. Make sure, literally, because whew, you're going to do some damage. Now, the next thing is when you have your Enigma system, right? This is literally giving you the alert. It's crazy. So when you put pullback pips on there, you're going to notice pullback pips has 2 key functionalities, right? If you go on the Discord, it literally breaks it all down. That's why I'm saying, make sure you're in the Discord, because products and services, pullback pips, Let's just read about it. Pullback pips is a powerful intraday trading system for manual traders. Ooh. You see, what you don't understand is there's a psychological edge when you use the pullback pip methodology, right? It helps you get into the market at a discounted price, like that Enigma system, double whammy, right? So when you're using the pullback pips indicator, it says it right here. It's recommended that you use the bias on the 1 hour and the 2 hour, especially if you're taking trades on what? The 30-minute. You see what I just gave you guys the equation right there. So when you have Enigma on the 30-minute, giving you the setup, you grab pullback pips and you see the indicator time frame, that's your bias. The 1 hour and the 2 hour, those are the best right there, right? Those are going to be great. So what happens is Enigma, when you have it on, it's going to give you the bias. That's what the background is, the red and green, right? And now you're able to see, hey, if Enigma is telling me to sell and I'm bearish in the market, guess what? I have more confluences, more confirmations, right? So all of those are key things. So let's just come over here. Let's just, boom, put it on the hour. See, like right here, look at that. Look at that beauty right there. Enigma gives us a bearish setup, right? We're bearish on the market. So what do you think how do we think this market could literally continue? Definitely bearish, right? Finding the pullback. What is the pullback? You're always looking for the market to pull back to an area of interest, right? So you're noticing when you have this pullback pips indicator, you get two things. You got the bias, which is your background, but you also have these lines, which I call structure, right? Now, what that just helps you do is identify what the market wants to do at a specific reaction, right? Does it want to break through? Does it want to retest, right? So if we're looking for the market to reject, we'll see it reject at some of these areas, right? As it pulls down. So let's look at some examples real quick. Let's grab Enigma. All right. Pullback pips is already saying, look, we're bearish. That would have been a lethal setup. Look at this one up here. Would have been a lethal setup. You know, let's see, where else are we? These right here, these bearish opportunities confirmed with pullback pips, lethal, right? So make sure you are getting these setups. Please, please, please. I'd hate for you to just let all of this sauce go by, right? And people really maximize, because when you're using these systems, when you're having the trade manager, it's all here to take all of that emotion and keep it simple and cutthroat. That's all it has to be, right? So reviewing that Enigma and pullback pips indicator, now that we have access to it, now you have to just be patient, right? Be patient to identify what the market could potentially do. Be patient because Enigma is only going to send out an institutional setup, right? So be patient, right? This is actually a pretty interesting one right here. G-Swiss. You see, Enigma called out the institutional setup. We knew we were bullish, right? But think about it. We were bullish on this first pullback right here, right? We had so much of a push that clearly the pullback was necessary. The retracement. I still like this, and I'm just going to be a little patient because I want to see it pull back. And this is why it's important. Just watch some of these trainings so you know exactly what I mean by, hey, where can this market pull back to where we can minimize our risk and maximize our profit? So check this out. You see these levels of structure, the green and the red here. Let me show you something. These are supportive. These are rejective, right? So if you're taking this market up, these levels are first going to be targets, right? Before you can be all the way up here, you need to be able to get in at a market price that's discounted, right? And take that bad boy up into your levels, right? And what's even better is when you have an institutional bias already, that it just needed to pull back so you can truly do what? Minimize your risk and maximize your profit. Now think about this. This was a 3-to-1. But by being a little bit more knowledgeable on how the market moves and the times that it moves, you're able to make an edge and have that next level thinking where you could what? Minimize your risk, right? Personally, I would want to see some type of pullback come on this bad boy and just maximize your profit. And as long as your risk to reward makes sense, we'll learn about that soon, right? You're going to stay consistent. That's what it's all about, staying consistent in the market, right? Ooh, this one's interesting. Let's see. I think it was GCAT. All right. Let's look at this real quick. I just want to see what colors the pullback. Ooh, we're green. Okay. This one's another one, GCAT, right? So like, for example, right now, looking at GCAT, what do we have? We have a bullish setup, right? We're noticing that these levels of structure where the market could pull back to, that's that retracement phase we're talking about, right? Now, yes, the stop loss is under all of that, which is okay. It might be a little tight in my game, but you got to be patient. Notice that as long as it stays above this, oh man, that target to the upside is going to be amazing, right? So we just got to be a little patient, But just imagine, now that you know that you're bullish, you're just looking for bullish opportunities, right? So it's all about identifying how can I get in to minimize my risk and, of course, maximize my profit, right? The first step is, of course, just finding setups. People have the biggest fear of placing a trade, and I'm just like, just do it on demo, because that's what these platforms are going to do, right? Before they give you the contract, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to say, hey, here's a demo account, do it, right? And then when you do it, they're going to say, do it again, right? And that's why you need to understand this process is not just going to be 30 days. It might be 90 days to get funded as a trader, right? So when you have these tools, look, Enigma's giving you the bullish setup. Enigma's getting you the bearish setup. Pullback pips is confirming that. Now it's all about using proper risk, right? None of these were setups. None of these were setups. Look at what happened here. Ooh, these were lethal, right? And I want you to practice this. Go into your trading view, go back in time and see how these setups played out, right? Look at all of these setups, right? This one eventually came bullish after this push, but look at that. Boom, it kicked off. Boom, it kicked off. Look at this one. It pulled back and kicked off, right? You got to realize it's like, sheesh, if you were in this market, right, even at that position, and these are logical things you'll eventually start to see, but if you got into the market and you pushed it up and you're up over 100 pips, yeah, I guarantee you would be out of the trade, right? So you got to realize, even though this pullback was slightly into some profit before it got stopped out, you should have got in on these, right? This one you wouldn't have been risking as much as some of these because you're already up on some setups, right? All about risk management, and once we conquer that, everything's good. So the first thing we need to conquer is just entering the market where we can minimize our risk and maximize our profit. Once we can do that, we are on the next step, right? So that was our Enigma system with our pullback pips indicator. I'm working the weekends, the evenings. The first thing I would do is set up your alerts, right? So all you have to, there's a video in the back office about it, but here, let me just show you real quick how you set up your alerts. All right, so to set up your alerts, all you have to do is literally come over here to Enigma AI, and depending on, you can literally do it for all of the currency pairs. That's what I like to do because I don't want to miss out on anything, especially when I can double confirm it with the pullback pips. Simple and easy, right? So you're gonna go over here to these three dots, which says more. You're gonna add alert on Enigma, right? So whenever you add the alert on Enigma, whenever it just says, hey, let's set up for a buy, hey, let's set up for a sell, that's gonna be your alert. And when you click this, it's gonna tell you, how do you wanna get notified, right? Do you wanna get notified on your mobile app? Do you want it to give you a quick pop-up on your laptop? Do you want an email, right? All of this amazing stuff. So make sure all you do is select create. So now, whenever you come over here to your alerts, you'll be able to see which one did we just create. Oh, hold up. Oh, my fault. You see, I should have waited a little bit. It was gonna pop up. It was gonna pop up, right? There it is. Simple as that. Simple as that. Wow. Think about this. I like this. Look at this. This is interesting right here. All right, with bearish on pullback pips, this was a nice bearish setup. In fact, look, the stop loss would have never gotten hit. That's why the trade manager is important, because as long as you have a stop loss, which is always given, your trade manager is going to operate, right? It's going to have your TPs and all that stuff set up and your lot size. That's why we've taken out the emotion out of trading. and that's what you need to be more mechanical, right? So use your trade manager. But look, since that has never been hit, that bad boy already hit TP1, right? On the verge to TP2 and TP3. This setup already, boom, hits TP1, 2, and 3. This setup is active. So yes, I do like this bearish setup, right? Let me just come over here real quick. Let me Oh, we're bearish on both cases. Yeah, on the 1 hour and the 2. I like them both. Yes. Setups, right? I'm actually gonna put a little star on that. All right. Let me know if you guys have any questions in regards to Enigma, the pullback pips indicator, the trade manager, right? I want you guys to literally set up the trade manager, right? It's all you have to do here. Let's do it together. For those people, if anything, you just have to come back to this video. But when you log into your VPS in the back office, right, the first thing you need to do is log into your account, right? In this case, I have a demo account with FTMO, right? They give you a little free trial so you can test out, you know, what you want to do, whether if it's a 50K to whatever, right? If you don't have a free trial account, just open a demo account, right? If you notice, we have all these different platforms. You could just click on open a demo account, right? Simple as that. It's all about practice anyways. So the first thing you want to do is once you create your account, you have your trade manager, right? If you don't know where it's accessed, right here, this little navigator, and it's right there, trade manager. And all you have to do is once you're logged into your account, just one currency pair, right? New chart, any currency pair, it doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter the time, it doesn't matter anything. Right now, so you grab your trade manager and you move it over. Boop. Yes. All right. Once you fill out the parameters, how you want it to run, click OK. And it's going to have a smiley face, right? If it does not have a smiley face, I'm going to show you some things that it needs to make sure you need to make sure you have. You need to make sure that you have auto trading automatically on, right? So if it's off, place it on. You need to make sure that, let's see. You need to make sure that right here, you allow live trading under common. I think that's the only two things that it would be. And once you have those, and you literally press OK, after you set up the inputs, it's gonna have a smiley face. So what this means is you can literally X out of here, right? Because you don't even need to use this anymore, right? You can literally get out and now you go into your mobile device and you place a trade, a pending order. When you place your pending order, it's automatically gonna do everything else because it's set up. Boom. Simple as that. That's it. That's it. Your pending order has to be a 0.01. Here, let me make sure to put that down. With your trade manager, only use pending orders and make sure it's a 0.01. That's it. And once you set that up, it's going to start doing everything else for you, right? Now, once you're in the Discord, that's going to be our amazing community to maximize this experience, ask questions, tap into the trade talk and setups, right? You have your personal accountability partner, which is your success manual. So family, 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 I think this is an amazing introduction to getting us set up, right? Because Enigma does not wait for anyone. Enigma takes the setup as it should. Today, let's just keep it real simple, right? Right. For those people who are manually actively trading, you know, just tap into your currencies, your currency pairs, pull them all up, right? Got my AUDs, I got my NZDs, I got my GBPs, USDs, right? I think y'all get the point. Let me just grab a few other ones. And now that everybody has access to their Enigma system, I'm telling you, my Enigma is no different from your Enigma. The same thing you see, Enigma AI with the fire sign, right? Because this thing is on fire. So as you go into each currency pair, right? Ooh, look at this one. This one's interesting. AUD USD, right? It actually already gave us the setup and it's now pulling back, right? So this is actually interesting, right? So what I would do is I would go into my my mobile device, right? And since I have a setup, it literally gives me exactly everything I need. So this right here is a what? It's a buy, so it's a buy limit. It's a buy limit, right? I'm gonna do a 0.01 and the price is, everything is there. So the price 70, let me see. This one is AUD USD. The price is 0.73364, right? We want it to pull back there, and the stop loss is 0.73193, right? And once you just set those two parameters and it's on a 0.01, right? You press OK, and boom, it literally will set you up with the right parameter, right? So I do like this setup. I want you guys to keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. That's not too bad. What I want to do is let's scan through a few of these. Ooh, okay. Hold up, let me bring pullback pips to the party because I want to know what's going on here. Okay, we could take off the structure lines for right now. I just want to look at the bias. All right, the structures are for more those who are actively trading, but if you know the bias and you got the setups already coming in, we already know where we can take this bad boy to. All right. So if you notice, these two were Enigma setups. Literally scan through. Ooh, I'm kind of upset. If you notice, this one, I'm gonna tell you why I'm upset. Because first off, look at this: minimal risk, maximize the profit. You know how I got this set up? Well, let me show you the power of the same tool that we're all using. It's called Enigma, family, right? And when you get these setups, you know where it's going, right? So just stay consistent. When I say stay consistent, I mean stay consistent on the setups, right? Right? You're gonna have some winners, you're gonna have some losers, but best believe you're gonna have more winners than you have losers. If you have any questions for people who are using Enigma, go to Profit Zone, and you're gonna see that we have a lot of people maximizing. Look at that, Enigma plus FX Mastery. One of my best weeks. Wait, hold up. This guy. One of my best weeks. Bada bing, bada boom, right? Plain and simple. Boom. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. 2 hours of trading with Enigma. All right. We need more people using this solution, this sauce, Enigma from last night. Ooh, bada bing, bada boom. Look at that. Even me, I'm telling you, as we go through this process together, we're all going to be using the same solutions, the same tools. Look at that. And now, look at that. The bias, the pullback pips, all of that, right? All of that. So please, family, do not sleep on anything. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. You know, don't hesitate to ask questions inside the Discord. Don't hesitate to reach out to community, customer support. You know, we have all of the amazing solutions to helping everyone maximize this experience. So that's what it's all about. You know, once you get plugged in, you need to get in and tap in, because Enigma waits for nobody. Enigma waits for nobody. Look at that. And when you have the alert set up, it's going to be even better, right? Look at those setups. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right? Let's not sleep on Enigma, because, yeah, right? Yep. And like I said, you'll have some losses, right? This one, it kind of just hesitated and then eventually got stopped out. But guess what? The next trade setup you would have came in, boom, taking that bad boy, done its thing. But family, if you guys don't have any questions, that's gonna be it for today. The key takeaway I want you guys to make sure is, please, today is the day. Today is the last day. Today is the only day that you are getting your foundation set. Don't leave today without setting that foundation strong, having everything here, right? And know where it's at. The two key things you want to make sure you're using is Enigma and your pullback pips. And best believe everything else is going to line in, right? So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. If not, family, we will continue this journey on Thursday. I'm going to be inside the community more this week. So that's where you usually find me after these sessions, inside the Discord, you know, inside the chats. So you'll definitely see me talking about some of these setups. Let's hold each other accountable. Let's hold each other accountable to these setups, to these opportunities we all have, and maximize. Ooh, UCAT setup. Ooh, hold up. I actually like that. Look at that. UCAT setup, right? So Enigma gives us this bearish setup, right? I like that. I want it to pull back. If it can pull back. Yeah, the stop loss is not bad. Yeah, that's a nice one too. Oh, ooh, let me find out. Enigma, right? Enigma going crazy. We ain't even start the week. All right. Yeah. So that's what I would do for tonight. I want you guys to just scan it. Scan some of these setups. Take some of these setups. Use minimal risk. All right. And please, this week, your first week, your first month, everything, this whole process, let it be on demo. Don't risk your live funds yet, right? We're starting to use this process to see the consistency, to see how at the end of the month you should be positive, right? You should be seeing growth on a consistent basis, because that's what we are, consistent and profitable traders, right? So I appreciate everybody on this call who rocked out to the very end. Enigma, best believe, is already shooting some setups, so please keep an eye on them. I'm definitely keeping an eye on all of them, and I'm gonna keep searching, right? In fact, I need to actually set my alerts, because look at that, another one right there. Enigma. Hold up. Let's see which ones are active. I ain't sleeping on anything. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I got my eyes on y'all, even though I know. Alright, so nothing. I'm just doing a quick search real fast. All right, so we got some lethal ones for tonight. I like this. If you have your Enigma system, look at AU, AJ, UCAT, EJ, AN, right? And I want you to also bring out all your other currency pairs because I know I'm missing a bunch. I'm missing my USDs. I'm missing some Swiss franc in there, right? And don't let Enigma sleep on us, right? So I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, fam.